Welcome to this week's edition of Leading with Confidence. My name is Confidence Sileme and I'm your host. This program is proudly powered by the William Sileme Foundation, and the foundation's mission is enabling education in Africa. This week, I'd like us to talk on a topic I've titled The Value of Mentorship in Leadership. I remember when my father taught me how to drive. It was back in my hometown of Polokwane and I was 16 years old. We went to an open field on the outskirts of the neighborhood where we lived, and there he gave me some instructions and then gave me the wheel. He was a very patient driving instructor, and so I was able to learn what he wanted to teach me. What my father taught me gave me a rock-solid foundation, and if you'd seen me driving after those initial few lessons, you might have thought that I'm a qualified driver with a license. But of course, that wasn't the case. I had the foundation and basic knowledge, but I still needed to consult with a professional driving instructor if I was to receive my driving license. I needed to get an instructor who knew the various requirements and details incumbent to the process of acquiring your license. Do you have an instructor who can guide you in your particular calling or life path? Is there someone who has expert knowledge, who has walked the path that you're embarking on, who can assist you so that you may have a smoother journey? Although I had learned how to drive when I was 16 years old, it was only when I was 22 years old that I got my learner's, then my driver's license. I had just begun working at that time, and fortunately, there was a driving school not far from where I stayed, and I enrolled there for the Saturday morning classes. One of the distinct things that I remember about the classes was the level of repetition involved, and the more I repeated certain driving routines, the better I got at them. Consistency is instrumental for success. Because I'd done those routines so many times during the driving lessons, I was able to recollect them during the driver's license test. It's important that you listen to and learn from the instructor. There are many things your instructor knows that you may not know. Even if you are greatly talented, you need to humble yourself and learn from those who have walked the path. Even the legendary Miles Davis went under the tutelage of the great Charlie Parker. The extraordinary Tony Robbins was guided and mentored by the revered Jim Rohn. If you want to succeed, you must study the leadership path of others. We study their paths not to replicate them, but to learn from them so that we may path our own trails to leadership success. What value do mentors add? Number one, they empower you so that you can lead yourself. The mentor-mentee relationship is about empowerment, and the best mentors will give you the empowerment tools for effective personal leadership. Good mentors know that the ability to lead self is the first sign of a true leader, and so they'll set this as a priority in your growth and development. If your mentor does not want you to depend on them for your success, then you have a great mentor. If they want you to be independent so that you can stand on your own 2 feet and run your own leadership race, then you have someone who genuinely wants you to grow and progress. Number two, they help you set boundaries. Mentors also help you in the area of boundary setting. The reason many leaders fail is that they have not adequately set boundaries in their lives, and so they get overexerted, and some end up falling apart or falling into depression. When you drive, you'll notice that there are barrier lines which mark the boundaries you should not cross. If you cross the barrier line, you are in danger of colliding with the oncoming traffic and bringing your journey to an abrupt and tragic end. Some boundary lines also indicate to you where you are not permitted to overtake, as visibility of oncoming traffic is an issue in that particular area. Boundaries are needed for your safety and for the safety of others. A good mentor will assist you in setting the right boundaries so that you are successful on your leadership journey. Number three, they help to take your leadership into overdrive. Ultimately, the purpose of a mentor-mentee relationship is to help you perform at a higher level. A good mentor not only revs you up and gets you excited, they don't only inspire and motivate you, they also fuel you with knowledge so that you may know what to take on your leadership journey. They help you take your leadership into overdrive. Perhaps you're in a particular industry and there are people whom you look up to in that industry. Try to get them to become your mentor so that they can share with you knowledge they've gained from their experiences. Such knowledge will help you circumvent certain obstacles and also accelerate your progress. A good mentor helps you unveil your higher potential and also helps you multiply your capacity. Number 4, they help you with the blind spots. Wikipedia defines a blind spot as an area around the vehicle that cannot be directly observed by the driver while at the controls under existing circumstances. Close quote. Blind spots speak of weaknesses or shortcomings we have in certain areas of our leadership. Some have communication blind spots and they aren't strong in terms of connecting with those they lead. Others have administrative blind spots and they are not strong in terms of administration issues. When you have a good mentor, they help you in detecting and navigating your blind spots. They'll help strengthen you in the areas where you lack strength and psychologically equip you to manage and overcome your deficits. The key to finding a good mentor is to become an attractive mentee. Many emerging leaders are looking to be mentored by someone seasoned in their leadership. They seek out credible and reliable men and women who can impart to them knowledge which will help them excel. As you seek a mentor, you must keep in mind that the key to finding a good mentor is to be an attractive mentee. What potential and attributes are you exhibiting? Successful people value their time, and nobody wants to waste valuable minutes and hours on someone who doesn't want to grow and develop into a better version of themselves. How serious are you about becoming a great leader? How much do you desire to progress and succeed? If you were to get a good mentor, would they have to start from ground zero? Or would you have done so much work already that their role would be essentially just to polish you up and help you shine? If you are serious about becoming successful, you will not wait for a mentor before you start doing serious work on yourself. You will not wait for someone else to come along and motivate you. You will motivate yourself. You will seek out knowledge and you will equip yourself mentally. As you do this, you will come into contact with the right people who will see and recognize your efforts, and they will be willing to invest in you because they will see that you have been willing to invest in yourself. Be careful whom you let mentor you. It's also extremely important whom you let mentor you. Don't let just anybody speak into your life. Not every voice is for you. Even if they are successful and they say they want to help you, be attentive but also be discerning and use wise judgment. If you decide you want to enter into a mentor-mentee relationship with someone, be watchful of their attitude and demeanor towards you. How do they respond when you excel and succeed? Are they happy about your success? If you let someone who isn't quite secure in themselves to mentor you, they might end up trying to belittle your potential and destroy your self-confidence. They may start viewing your success as a threat to theirs. Remember the biblical story of David? When David first encountered Saul, the king of Israel at the time, he seems like he would be a great mentor to David, even offering him his armor when David goes up against Goliath. But later, we see Saul throwing David with a spear and hunting him down, trying to kill him. Be careful of the Soundlike leaders you may encounter. The great danger here is that you can admire and look up to such people so much that all their words and opinions become truth in your life. You stop thinking for yourself and you blindly accept whatever they say. Do not be desperate to be mentored by certain individuals you look up to, because that desperation may end up leaving you vulnerable, to unscrupulous individuals who are wolves in sheep's clothing. Are you looking for a driving instructor or a mechanic? Sometimes people confuse driving instructors with mechanics. I remember some time ago, my brake pads started making a squeaking sound and I knew the time had come to change them. I didn't have the time to go out to a repair shop, and so I called a mechanic and he came to the office and changed them there. Notice that I didn't call a driving instructor, I called a mechanic. When you get a mentor, don't expect them to be your counselor or psychologist. Yes, the role can overlap in some instances, but a mentor's primary job is to inspire and equip you to become more effective, whereas a counselor or psychologist is there much like a mechanic to help you repair what may be breaking or broken. I was listening to the renowned leadership mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell, as he spoke about how when he started out in ministry, one of his duties was that of counseling people. He had a degree in counseling, and so he was technically qualified for it. But he mentioned how much it absolutely drained him and how he had such low energy for it. It was when he started focusing on equipping people, when he started working more on developing their strengths and empowering them, that he found his true calling. When he stopped being a mechanic and concentrated on being a driving instructor, he began truly excelling. When you view your mentor as a driving instructor and not a mechanic, you will derive the best value from them. Coaching and mentoring is so crucial that there are many people who pay good money to get coached and mentored. If there is a particular mentor whom you'd like to engage with and you believe you can get value from being mentored by them and they charge for their services, consider making the financial investment and acquiring their services. If you aren't in a financial position that enables you to get one-on-one time with them, acquire their books, videos, audios, and other material so that you can learn from them through those readily available resources. I would also urge you to identify and approach great leaders who are within your immediate reach. It may be a community leader, a leader within your organization, or leader within your church, and so forth. The best way to get close to and learn from such people is to offer to be of service to them. Perhaps you can offer to wash their car, do some of their admin work, handle their dry cleaning, mow their lawn, and so forth. The service you decide to offer them will come back to you in multiplied value. Through the engagement, interaction, and conversations you'll get to have with them, you'll pick up many success nuggets and golden principles. Well, we've come to the end of this week's edition of Leading with Confidence. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers.